Right now, we're on Gamatube. This is Conversations in Coruscant. And let me just tell you, domestic $936,662,225.
That's what's up. That's making bank right there.
No, I'll tell you. Foreign, $1 billion, $131 million, $513,000, 827. Now, ask me, Joe. Worldwide, how much is that?
That's about approximately almost $2 billion.
$2 billion, $68 million, $176,000, and 52.
So they quadrupled the money they made on spending on this motion picture. They spent about $245 million on their budget, and they made back a lot more. Probably Harrison Ford got a big chunk of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
he definitely got paid more than Carrie.
In average, domestic, per theater, they made $60,000 for The Force Awakens. And that makes my bird so excited. He's trying to make out with my ear right now. That's how excited he is about this. Do you see this? He's like, oh, God, $2 billion? Oh, whew, let me get a part of that. And that's how we all feel. The Force Awakens is an absolute success. Any fear that people, there were many fears. Remember before December, people were like, oh, no, The Force Awakens is going to make so little, and it's going to be such a disappointment. No.
A lot of people thought Age of Ultron did better than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, well, $2 billion.
$2 billion, folks. $2 billion.
Yes, that's right. $2 billion. Now, it makes history. In 128 days, The Force Awakens broke the record of $1 billion. In 128 days, $1 billion.
Do you think Rogue One's going to be as successful as The Force Awakens?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
I do think that it's going to make a nice, pretty penny. There's no doubt in my mind.
I am going to predict. Now, this is my official prediction right now. I'm going to make it on Conversations in Coruscant, which is a beautiful, beautiful, the Gamatube network is amazing. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Alex.
And now let me, wowzam! That's how I feel. Right? So really, at the end of the day, $1 billion would be amazing for Rogue. If they did $1 billion in worldwide sales, I would guess, I think this would be more of a domestic U.S. film. I think that they would get 600,000 domestic and 400,000 international, which is a very big difference from The Force Awakens.
I agree.
The Force Awakens was although, think about Donnie Yen, you think about who they cast. This movie, in the first week or two, I think, when Rogue One's released, will not be big internationally, but in gross, long-term scale, may be bigger than The Force Awakens internationally. Domestically, I think it'll get about 600,000 right away, or altogether. And
this movie's going to really separate the hardcore fans from the casual fans. When the first time people there's going to be another Star Wars movie, everyone was like, oh my God, let's go. Let's do this. Let's see it. A lot of people loved it. But I really do believe that Rogue One is going to be for the hardcore fans. But I'm sure casual moviegoers, especially little kids, is like, Mom, Dad, there's another Star Wars. They're going to expect Episode 8. And, they're going to market the crap out of this. I guarantee you, come like November, after July, I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, we're going to get another trailer next month. Even though we're having reshoots.
I feel that Gareth Edwards is like, I know Kung Fu. And he may not be Keanu Reeves.
Is he English?
No. But like in The Matrix, Neo has an automatic upload, and he's like, I know Kung Fu. Because that is Keanu Reeves in a nutshell. And I think they're going to take that aspect, that that Kung Fu, Asian martial arts aspect, and people that are international are gonna watch that, and they're gonna see what Donnie Yen does and what other people do, and it's a new it's a new era for Star Wars because
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and they're gonna be appealing to a new audience. Little Bird, what do you have to say about that?
Make sure
He
Ozzy's
agrees.
not around.
No, he agrees. No, my little bird agrees. He he's on my right shoulder. Now, historically, when there was like a good conscience, bad conscience, is it a good conscience on your left and bad conscience on your right?
I think based on the Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, you can have two bad consciences.
That is true, though. That is true. But I think of Tom and Jerry episodes, and I think of like who's going to give me bad advice and who's going to give me good advice, and that's how I think it goes. So if the little bird were to whisper into my ear, I think right now he would say about Rogue One that it will not surpass The Force Awakens, but I think internationally it's going to make a lot of surprises. I think internationally Rogue One will be a surprise. It'll
I gotta
surpass.
say one thing about that, because after the whole meetings, like you said, everyone knows the reshoots. Well, not everyone, but the reshoots facts are they were planned ahead of time. Why does Disney want to try to surpass The Force Awakens? It's Star Wars. Like I said, it's Star Wars. It's gonna market good.
I think here's what I think, and regardless of whether reshoots have anything to do with this, I do believe that Disney executives, their mindset is, let's squeeze this lemon for everything it has as soon as we can.
Yeah, but you don't want to squeeze too hard. You want to.
They don't know the executives. Bob Iger doesn't know that he'll be on. Well, maybe he does have a contract. I don't know. But these people up top, they are survival of the fittest. I will be on an executive board for Disney for as many years as I can, and in that time, I will, make as much profit personally as I can from that company. That's how they think, and that is the way the world works. That is capitalism. That is survival of the fittest.
Capitalism is great.
It is survival of the fittest, but when it comes to entertainment and Disney, it's not about the message. Do you think that the Disney executives, their main concern is the message that Rogue One and all these Star Wars movie makes, or is it that making money is what they care about, what it makes?
Obviously, when it comes to that aspect of that business, yeah, it's about making money, but they have a good story group, so we can have our cake and eat it too.
Yeah, but they've made $2 billion. So The Force Awakens is like saying, hey, Disney, we did what you wanted. That's half of what you've invested. Now, I want you to drop it. I want you to let us do what we want. That if I were Pablo Hidalgo, I would like Bob Iger. I would instant message him, and I'd be like, smiley, smiley face. You saw how much we made with The Force Awakens. Smiley, smiley face. You see how much we made with the comics. Smiley, smiley, smiley face. The novels are doing really well, too. Hey, buddy, smiley face. Why don't you let us do what we want and what we think that the fans will want? And Bob Iger is like, I respect your opinion, smiley face, emoji, of course. And I think what he would respond would be, I understand how much you have made for us. I understand the message that you have portrayed for the future of Star Wars. But making $2 billion does not ensure that the future of Star Wars will not tank, right? So I think that there is perhaps some perception that there's this fear that the future of Star Wars will tank in comparison, just because $2 billion is a lot of money to make on one movie. And there may be a time in the future where Bob Iger or Disney executives may try to buffer feeling that Rogue One will keep that momentum. Because do you think that Rogue One will keep the financial momentum that The Force Awakens made?
They're good to go, man. Of course it will. But Rogue One is like I said before, Rogue One is the freaking A-bomb. This is a test. This is an experiment.
Yeah, it is.
So depending on how well this movie goes, if this movie goes really well, which I'm wholeheartedly hoping, I'm always 75-25% until I see it. 75% of me says I'm gonna love this movie. I love Star Wars. The other 25% is that we can get something worse than people complaining about the prequels.
Yeah,
which I don't hate because I love the prequels. I love the story of Star Wars, but
what I see
be realistic about this because this has never been done before. This is a brand new age for Star Wars, and the time is 9.
Yeah, no, it's right now. Now is the time.
9 is the time.
9. Well, 9, but 9 means no in German. What is that? What you mean?
No, I mean 9 is the time. I like me and my words.
I like words too.
I like you.
Little bird, do you like words?
You're fake, Alex.
He likes to chew on my earpiece. I'll tell him that. And that's what I'll say. But I don't know. So what I foresee happening is that I will love Rogue One.
Of course. And I'm going to be in Florida seeing it with you.
Yes, you will. We are, you and I and TGR members, including Pete and hopefully Christy and hopefully Red 5 and hopefully Dan and hopefully, oh gosh, if Turpin can get there, if Spina can get there, or Mike, Mike rides, Mike not rides. He drives a semi truck for a living. I think that he can find a way.
Drive down and then we'll have a party in the freaking back of it.
I want to have like 9 people, like all of us together, having this amazing, beautiful Rogue One celebration. That'd be beautiful.
Oh, afterwards we'll hit a bar. We'll freaking party all night.
But now, Mark,
we'll go the next morning. We'll go the first showing the next morning. That's what me and Michelle did for The Force Awakens. We saw it opening night, and then we immediately bought tickets the first showing by her house, which was absolutely magic. I love that movie. I saw it like 18 times in movie theater. Really?
I only saw it maybe 7 times.
That's it? You're a bitch.
I know. I guess I am. Well, you have
a credit card.
I listened to the audiobook so many times, maybe like 10 times, like over and over on my way to and from work and at work.
Usually I listen through an audiobook once, and then I'll go on YouTube and listen to what people think. My brain is different. What are you drinking? Oh, that's beer, right?
Oh no, yeah, this is a beautiful beer.
Look out there. It's a nice malted texture. What does that say there? Let me see. Is that German?
It's Polish.
Oh, Polish beer. Oh, now I understand that your wife is of Polish descent.
Mm-hmm. She comes from Polish heritage. Her parents are.
Is she from Poland?
Well, her parents were born in Poland and they came here. And
they have an accent.
Yes, hardcore.
Is it funny?
And it sounds like any Eastern European accent. And her grandmother survived the Holocaust and all that.
Good. Did she get a medal?
I don't think you get a medal for surviving
You should get like a trophy or something. The German government should be like, "We're sorry. Here's a plaque saying I survived."
Oh my God! Or like it actually, what they do? They send out a T-shirt. I survived the Holocaust, and it's terrible. It's terrible. That's
very sad thing happened.
You see the Force Awakens, and you see the First Order, and you're like, God damn,
that's Nazi.
Yeah, because Agent Tarek, Agent Catalyst back from Rebels, General Hux, his father Brendel Hux was the first person to brainwash Imperial children that were not clones. He would take the children, he would brainwash them, and then General Hux took that upbringing that he got from his father, thinking that we are the generals, we are the people that brainwash the lower beings, so they do what we want. And
sorry.
Well, I'm just saying, like, Rogue One may see some of that. These Death Troopers could be the first, the first adult incarnations of what Brendel Hux's work did. And of course, if you read those amazing short novels that were connected to Rebels about the Imperial Academy on Lothal,
right?
That's where Brendel Hux comes out of. And
do you think he hypnotizes? He brainwashed his own son, though? You think he did what he did to those troopers to his own son?
No. I think that General Hux, at the dinner table with Brendel Hux, they sat down and they were like, you and I, we are special. We are better than these slaves, these brainwashed children that we stole from the age of 4, 5, younger.
Like what the Jedi did.
Yeah, interesting. So there's a parallel between what Brendel Hux and then General Hux does with young children to take them from a young age and indoctrinate them, just as the Jedi did, just as Plagueis tried to do with Sidious. Well, I mean, that is canon that Plagueis trained Sidious, but it's not sure what age he started at. And also, historically, both the Jedi and the Sith, and, I guess any mentality that wants to push forth an agenda tends to take young, influential people.
Right.
Interesting. Very parallel to reality, isn't it?
There's got to be some survivor of the Jedi Order that went crazy, who just hated the Clone Wars, who joined the help with the First Order.
Well, in KOTOR, which is not canon. KOTOR is not canon.
And that's the only thing that honestly hurts, because I love KOTOR.
Oh, we both do. I think everyone does. Anyone that
it's hard to Mara Jade. That's it.
I've never heard anyone that played or spent that 50, 100, 200 hours of KOTOR playing it that didn't love it. Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves you.
My bird does.
Yeah, your bird. He's like nibbling at your neck. Look at that.
Yeah, he's like
at its best, folks. He's showing it live.
Oh well, I didn't want him to be in this cage because then he would make a bunch of noises. But as long as I'm holding him, he's
he looks like he's all coked out.
No, he's happy. He enjoys being in my hand.
How old is your bird?
He's like maybe 4 months. And,
really? So he's got a long life. How long? What's their lifespan usually?
About 25 years for a conure.
Cool. So maybe have them in your 40s, 50s.
Oh yeah, no. Will my bird be alive when they are still making Star Wars movies? Do you think?
I mean, as long as you don't bite his head off, I'm sure.
Sharon. No, I wouldn't do that.
You just made a bunch of animal lovers cringe right now. You know that?
Nah, first off, I show more affection towards my little bird with the, the cognizant ability of maybe an in-womb, 5-month into pregnancy child. That's how smart they are. Oh, he did not agree with me. But they're smart. Yes. They're not cockatoos. Cockatoos are as smart as a 5-year-old human child.
So they're not smart.
Conures are not. And that brings me to my next point, which is if someone is brainwashed by the First Order, like we see, because Agent Tarek in the Poe Dameron comic, which, by the way, the egg cracks in number 3.
I haven't even read that yet, but that is straight out of Final Fantasy VII with Fort Condor.
Yeah. Now, what if I told you that a 10-year-old Rey came out of that egg?
That would be gay.
All right. Now, that's not true.
I would hate that. I would think that would suck.
Now, what if I told you that the Savior Unborn, in a new fleshy, a new identity, not Anakin, but if the Savior Unborn, the Chosen One, were to be reborn in that egg, because the egg nurtures the Savior Unborn. That's a quote from Poe Dameron number 2, right? So in Poe Dameron number 3, what if I told you that Anakin, a baby, burst forth from that egg after the flame troopers of the First Order in Poe Dameron number 3, they broke out the Savior Unborn, which was Anakin the baby.
Still really dumb.
So you don't want that theory. What do you think is going to be in Poe Dameron number 3, the egg? What's going to come out of it? Another
Mortis person.
Do you think the daughter? Because I'll tell you this: the daughter.
Where'd the egg come from? The bird or the egg? What came first? There's a space. Now you said this egg is not in outer space, right? This egg is inside a temple on what planet?
The Crochet are the planet is irrelevant. Poe Dameron came to this planet, to this location, because he knew Lord Santeca made communication with the Crochet, which Crochet in French means the people that watch over your child as you, an adult, go to work.
So wait, Lauren Santeca is a young Lauren Santeca is in this novel. Like what?
No. Poe Dameron is set just before The Force Awakens. Okay, so Poe Dameron. This is Poe Dameron. His mission has already begun in Poe Dameron #1 to find Lord Santeca, and The Force Awakens, the beginning, is the conclusion of his mission that he was there. And in Poe Dameron #3, he stumbles upon this egg, and the First Order tracked Poe, and so the First Order found the egg. They start burning it up with flame troopers, which
hard-boiled.
Which now I'll tell you, this hard-boiled Force cosmic egg,
deviled.
Yeah, this deviled. Well, it could be not deviled. It could be.
Oh my God! Imagine the sun hatches from it and just starts fucking shit up.
Oh my God! But the egg. The Poe Dameron egg is the color, the exact same shade of color as the daughter in the Mortis arc. Now, what does that mean?
She's back as an egg, which is...
And it's funny because you see the daughter reincarnated as a Convery, or Confree, whatever it is, in Rebels, right? And we know that because Dave Filoni confirmed in a Rebel Force radio interview that the daughter is in fact reincarnated as that Convery that oversaw Ezra in the Mystery of Chopper Base episode, season 2, that was circling over him and Ahsoka, and then in the very end of the finale, where you see Ahsoka's potential Force ghost, or Ahsoka as a human still, or sorry, as a...
I don't think Vader killed him. I mean, there's one thing, one little... Luke Skywalker sensed conflict in Vader. If anyone can get close to that, it's Ahsoka, besides Luke.
Yeah.
If anyone can get any bit of close to that, and, you know, whatever happened, there's something that happened off screen. It cuts to Kanan, that's all.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
Disney XD won't let us see someone's face all messed up.
But
Sucks,
but the Convery at the end of Twilight of the Apprentice chases after Ahsoka going into the temple more.
I didn't see that. I gotta watch it again.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I can't wait for the season 2 Blu-ray to come out. I have season 1 of Rebels. They want season 2 Blu-ray.
Yeah, so you can really watch it. Well, I mean, it's
the only thing. Well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, please go ahead, Joe.
The only thing I didn't like about Rebels was the first movie. Other than that, I love the series. I skipped Spark of the Rebellion? I don't know.
Well, no, Siege of Fall was the season 2 opening movie.
Yeah, that's freaking great. They're doing that. It kind of makes up for it's only gonna be 3 seasons long, but
I don't know. I
feel like we're getting a lot of Mandalorians in this one.
Well, they are going to conclude Rebels fully. Like, it's going to be concluded, not like the Clone Wars,
where it's just like, by the way, you're all fired.
Except
for you, Dave. You can stay.
They never had the intention of closing the Clone Wars fully. They had the intention of going on as far as they could until everything was cut.
Right.
So, but Rebels, they have contracted. Is contractual that they will end Rebels within the realm of the story that was originally intended. So it'll be a closed story.
I think Gareth Edwards helped on season 3 with Dave Filoni.
Gosh. I hope. I don't know. There is still a good time gap between Rogue One's conclusion, which is only a rumor to be 10 minutes before A New Hope. That's only a rumor right now, not confirmed officially. But if Rogue One ends 10 minutes before A New Hope, there's still, unless Rogue One spans a year, there's still a very large amount of time for which we could see this tragic Shakespearean conclusion to the the Rebels crew. Hera's rebellion will end up being doomed by the fact that a Twi'lek, Hera, who's trying to fight her father's heritage, which is to defend Ryloth and only Ryloth, that heritage, along with Commander Taku or whatever his name is, along with Bail Organa's contributions. But you see, Bail Organa has not been involved because he's testing the waters of this rebellion. He's not going to end his life and his career on this unknown rebellion. I think the first rebellion will end and be destroyed. And then the ashes of that will have Leia Organa and everyone else that we know. They're going to start this new rebellion. Because, of course, it is Fulcrum, which is Ahsoka, that recruits Wedge Antilles into the rebellion. And I think when we see Wedge, that's when we know that the true roots of this rebellion began.
Cool.
That's just what I think. I'm just going off of my speculation.
I mean,
it's all speculation.
It was. No, Ahsoka really wasn't a Jedi, but she was definitely. You gotta admit, going into like a lot of people didn't know about the Jedi. They were like really much. I probably did a good job wiping them out. You know.
Sadly, yes.
Such a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe there were some surviving Jedi that helped the rebellion, but they were like nobody really saw them. I don't know.
All right, so I re-listened to Alan Voivod on Step 7x7. He did a pretty comprehensive summary of Luke and of Ben in Bloodline, the novel. And I want to hear what you have to say. Where do you think Ben and Luke lie right now? What's going on at the point of 5 years before The Force Awakens?
Training. Luke's going just from reading like the Star Wars comics and getting the trades and reading those. You know, Luke is going to Jedi temples looking for stuff, but who knows what's there? I mean, Luke has never really. I mean, he had students though. Like there were apparently multiple students of Luke Skywalker. Like
acolytes. They're specifically named as acolytes of Luke's following. And
right.
Luke's main mission from the beginning has been going to Jedi temples, finding Jedi artifacts, learning from them, and trying to rebuild. Now, what I think happened was that there was Jedi making his, Luke making his own Jedi Academy, and then that was ended by Ben revolting and getting people to follow him and to fight that. And I think that may have happened like
story of the Satan betraying God, who was like Satan was like his angel, like his number two, like he like loved him. It was made specially for God, and him betraying him and like taking a third of the angels and being cast out of heaven because he tried to go up. And like Ben Solo tries to go up against Luke Skywalker with his followers, and Luke just makes short work of them and casts him away.
Mm-hmm.
Now Luke doesn't love him.
Well, here's what I think happened. I think that Ben was sent off by Leia and Han, and he was sent off because he did something bad. You know, you don't just send your child off to your uncle to go to these random places throughout the galaxy,
right?
Just because you want to. It's because he did something that needed him to go to this summer camp or this,
He can read people's minds. He probably heard maybe Han and his mom were frustrated about something, and they probably said something to himself like, Ben is such a pain. I wish and he could have heard that with the Force, and then he could probably revolted that way.
And Snoke was corrupting him from a young age. So Snoke.
What the hell is Snoke, though? Like, how do they know it? Was he banging Leia? Like, what the fuck?
Well, no, Leia knows, because in the Force Awakens novel, it is like word for word spelt out that Snoke was corrupting Ben from a young age. That Leia knew. Leia hid that from Han because Han would have reacted negatively and caused more damage.
Yeah, him and Chewie would have went in the Falcon, try to find Snoke, and try to put a hole in his head.
Yeah, as he should have. But Leia had to, Yeah,
if Snoke's as powerful, Snoke would have killed Han and Chewie, like, if he's a force. Well, according to canon, Wikipedia, Snoke is a force user. I've always thought, what if it's like the First Order coming together and create this character to manipulate?
Well, I have felt that Snoke is so smart that he will wait until the moment that he knows that he has no opposition, no chance of his enemy overcoming him. You know?
Yeah, he's a bitch.
He's a bitch. He waited 15 years to come after, to really, make his actions against the New Republic and against the Resistance after he had already started corrupting young Ben. So, I don't know. What are your concluding thoughts on this?
We just need to know more. You got to learn more about Snoke. I think that if Ben can hear him, so can Leia. Maybe he was like an entity that he can call out to Force users.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anyone who's Force sensitive can hear his voice. And since there was, after the fall of the Emperor and Darth Vader, you know, there was no. He's like, all right, now's my time because the two powerful Sith Lords are gone. Now it's a new age.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for a long time for this, which means he probably is like, he could date back to Moraband.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, all we know in canon that he is as old as the Clone Wars. That's what we know. That's all we know. But my inclination is that he could be as old as Maz, and it always has been. That he is he is not human. He's a humanoid species, which the Twi'leks are a humanoid species, just so you know. So by having him,
I would love it if he's Plagueis. I really would if he actually manipulated death into another.
No, Plagueis is dead, and I
don't believe Pablo Hidalgo at all. I think he's a great guy, very sweet. I'd love to take him for a beer.
He might have twisted his words into saying Plagueis is dead, but his soul is in a new body, and therefore Plagueis died, but his soul could have moved on to another body. That totally could be canon. There's nothing anyone has ever said that other than Andy Serkis saying that Snoke is not Plagueis, right?
Right.
So when they say that, they literally have never said anything specifically about like Snoke's soul being Plagueis' soul. You know, and of course, that's me just going through a loop.
Why would he pick such a shitty body? That's
Yeah,
kind of like in the Transformers when Bumblebee scanned the crappy Charger and then he got the better one.
Well, but here's what happens. I think Plagueis died. Okay, Snoke's physical body has been damaged. That's a fact. It has been malformed. He is weak. Snoke has a certain weakness. That's a J.J. Abrams quote. So, if Snoke is weak, what would have made him weak? Could it be that he's the new Inquisitor? Or sorry, he's the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor that Kanan threw in, and he lived and he's burnt?
Nah.
Maybe.
I
don't think so. I think that it's more that there's an event that we don't know of Snoke trying to rise up against Luke, and Luke just tears him to pieces.
Oh, that would be great. You know, that's gonna be cool. He's like, if he is Darth Plagueis and he can do it, because I know it's been said in Legends that Sith can do that. They can possess people with their spirits. If he's waiting for Ben Solo to die, and then he's gonna take Adam Driver's body with too far apart nipples.
All right, well, let's conclude this now. Joe, let's talk again soon. We're gonna talk. When are we going to talk?
Talk every day.
We talk every day.
We do. Every day we talk. I text you naked pictures. You don't get back to me. It's whatever.
Well, if it's your body, I won't respond. But if it's a woman's, then I will. So
what if I like tuck it under and you don't see my face, but you see my long hair? And I.
Oh my God! You're trying to pull a
Goodbye horses.
I wish I could like put on the video of Jay and Silent Bob where Jay tucks it under and he does the the Silence of the Lambs.
I saw that movie like 3 times in theaters when I was 16. It was, I don't know. My cousins took me when I was in Florida for a month and a half over the summer, and it was just so I love Kevin Smith. I wish one day it's funny if I say something like this, I sound like a stalker, but I really hope I can shake his hand one day and be like, you are the guy.
Oh, no, I would shake his hand and then I would sniff my hand. That's fine. That's what we do.
You'd lick his balls.
I would celebrity a blowjob in exchange for knowledge or anything. That's That's how I feel. Celebrities are just people in positions because they were lucky and they were very smart and very driven. And that's who they are.
Every celebrity is a marketing genius in their own way.
But also very lucky because there's plenty of good marketers that just don't have the luck. And it's fine.
Unlike us, Alex, who have the luck.
And so I end this. We're going to end with that. That's it. That's all I have to say. There's something more. Rock on. Party
Metal
on.
nerds.
Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right, we're gonna get started. We have our pan already pre-greased. No, hold on. Now our pan is ready and greased and ready to go.